Well, folks, welcome back. It's May. We're in the leased Fendt 930, and we're going off to bale the field that we started the contract for in the last episode. Right now, it is all ready to bale. It is midday. The clock is ticking, and we want to get this all baled up, carted away so we can close this contract off and look at what our other options are. We've also got a boatload of baling of our own to do as well. So what I'm thinking, to speed things up a little bit, we may well use this square baler and then lease a wrapper rather than having to find or lease a baler combi wrapper or something like that. So that's going to be the plan, but we'll get to that when we are good and done. We're baling the biggest bales we can here, and we are pretty much ready to go at this point. Bales looking good. And away we go. So, like I say there, we have got a lot to do with this field alone. It's going to be a fair number of bales. We're baling the biggest bale that we can. And the idea being is that we'll get most of these sold off as part of the contract there, but we will get to keep some of our own. So, hopefully, that'll really get us flying along there as well. Otherwise, though, yeah, we'll get this field done. The rest of the farm has been mowed and swapped up, ready to bale of our own. So, that's fantastic. We'll probably keep some of it into grass bales because we can feed those straight to the cattle as they are. And we'll see how it goes. I'm even wondering, in fact, for this first cut, maybe we just do them all like that and sell a lot of them off as they are. So we'll try and see. There's lots that we can take into effect here, a lot that we can do. So we will definitely look into that. Otherwise, we've still got field 23 to complete as a contract there, and there is field 22 that is available as a contract that we have not started yet. It's for silage, so we might well think about doing that too. Lots for us to look into anyway. And so it's really all we can do is just keep flying through here today and see what we're looking like. Elsewhere, you know, we fed the cattle with a bale at the end of the episode last week, so they'll be good for now at least there, and then we can really try and get things moving in the right direction over the rest of the next 24 hours. Other things I'd like to try and achieve if we can there is looking to see if we need to sell off any milk. Let's see what the milk production is looking like. And get this farm just in the position where it's really flying along, get a little bit more money in there, and see what our next steps of progression look like too. Otherwise, right now, it's on with the baling.
We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday. Nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. Oh, oh, oh. I'm gonna quit my job. Never wanna have no boss. I just wanna play my rock and roll like they do on the radio. Tommy's got brand new drums, and I still have my old guitar. And John said this next song's gonna be real good, if you know what I mean. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. Oh, oh, oh.
Field number 1 is done. What we're going to do is take this baler whilst we're still in it, and whilst we still have it, perhaps more crucially, is go and bale up a couple of our grass fields that we have on the deck all rode up ready to go, maybe just some of the smaller ones, so we have some grass bales to at least keep our cattle going. Because if we put everything into silage, well, yes, you can in theory sell silage for a lot more, and it's a practice that many will know I'm not keen to do too much, but whilst we can do that, I just don't think we still can feed grass to our to our cattle. So I think we'll look to do that as well, just so we can well, we've got something to keep them going with, really. I did leave the Big M right in the way, so let's just get that out of the way. Now we're just going to park all this machinery in our shed for now. Of course, when we do finish the contract there, this will all disappear. We're certainly not keeping it, that's for sure. There we go, lift that one up. But yeah, like the field that we're in here, we'll get this one done, and then we might do one of the smaller paddocks around here as well, just so we can tick this one off the list, move on to the next. Yeah, we'll just sling this into here for now. Lovely stuff, and park you there. And they really won't take too long to rattle out with this either, so nice and simple. The Massey's gonna go onto the bale chaser, which is down at the store, so we'll get that all done in a moment. Fire this back up again. Now I wondered if that would happen. It was worth a try. It was worth a try. So we might well have to look into that on our own. That's not a problem. We'll get to that, I suppose. Let's now this rake does not belong to us either, or this tether, beg your pardon. So let's take this one away. Pick up the we'll go and pick up the bale chaser and get this all done. Then we can really just close this contract off and be good with it. So that's exactly what I think we'll look to do. There's a few bales on there, so what I'll likely do is maybe put about 3/4 into the bale chaser, take that load away, see if we need to, how many more we need to load up there, because I don't want to accidentally sell them. I'd rather keep what's left for our cattle, because yeah, I don't think that certainly not all of those will be required for the completion of the contract. So we'll see how we can avoid that as well. This Massey got a bit of a wash down as well. There was a bit of a top up with fuel, so it's looking good. For the price we paid for this, it's been an absolute workhorse so far. 30 hours on the clock and still soaring along. We'll get another few on here today. We've already gone through 3 hours there, so it's time does really creep up on you here in this challenge. But yes, let's just get this loaded up. That's our fertilizer that we do need to come back for. And what I'm thinking of as well, we need to check those the two containers, silos that we have in the yard, because if one of those is solid fertilizer, then we probably will just sell it, because I do seem to enjoy bringing out bags of fertilizer that little bit more. But anyway, sneak on over to here, pick this guy up. And we are away. Now I haven't checked yet where we're taking these to. Looks like we're going to go quite a trek actually. Looks like we're going to be coming down to here for these. Let's just double check that. All sphere store. Yep. Okay, so it's quite a carton job. So like I say, we'll stick a good probably 80% or so onto this. So there's going to be a lot of trips to make here otherwise. So let's get that one done and see what we can take back to the yard and stack up for our own use. But yeah, this is the easy bit. The contract's nearly coming to an end. It's about 20 grand that we can very greatly receive. And we'll move on to the next one on the list. All right then, folks, so that's 2 loads in, and we are about 97% completed on the contract and haulage side of things. So what we're going to do is take it back to the field. We'll grab about 3 or 4 more bales. I don't actually know how many there are there. And we'll bring that down. That should be a lot quicker and easier because it's a lot lighter load. And then that should see it through. So whatever's left after that will be ours. But yeah, we'll get over to the yard there. We'll have a look-see. So that is, we carry 14 on the load. That's 28 bales across so far. So that's not too bad. Contract on field night is now 97% completed. It's kicked itself up there, which is great. So yeah, 1 or 2 more bales and we're good. We're done. So this is not going to take too much more time at all. In the interest of time, we're going to speed through this bit and then we will see you back at the yard at the sell point there for when we actually come to finish this off. Alright, so we've returned down here with just 3 bales on, taking a gamble that is going to be a sufficient amount to close this contract out. Let's find out. Boom, it is, and we even got a little bit of money left for 1. Fantastic stuff. All right, so it's taken us about 8 hours to do it, but we have finished the field today, which is awesome. Those bales that are left, they are ours now, so we are going to stack those away inside our shed. Something we can probably do in the daylight tomorrow, I would say. But yeah, we've got something that we can feed the cattle with now, which is the main thing. All of the rest of the equipment that you see both behind me here and also parked at the yard, that's going to go because we're going to close that contract off now and we'll be in a better place for it there. But first thing we'll do is take this back over to the yard, drop that off, and then yeah, let's have a bit of a plan around this evening. We need to think about what we're going to lease in for our own baling and see what that strategy is going to be. But yeah, all of this can be done as soon as we get back on over to the yard. Okay, so we have just stopped off at the store here. We're going to complete that contract now. We'll reap the rewards, just over 20 grand there. Absolutely spot on. This one we could well take on. There's a lot of equipment there. There's a lot of work to do. But right now we need to focus on our own ground as well. We also at some stage really need to get that done. So that's what we will look into. There's no other new contracts coming through at the moment. What we do need to think about though is how we're going to do our baling. Any new sale items that we would need. 5 for a plow, we don't need that. We do not need a forage wagon or a low loader. Unfortunately, it's not a very good run for us today. But what we do need is a baler of some contraption. So let's have a quick look through and see what opportunities we have. We're going to be leasing one, obviously. I think that's going to be fairly apparent. Whether or not the question is really, do we go for a combi wrapper or do we just lease a big square baler and then a wrapper so we can be selective as to what we're actually going to wrap. Now we could also do that with with a round baler 2, we're at 52 grand. I have to be careful which baler you choose because not all these are going to make the largest bales that you would want. So that one would work. If we lease this chrome baler, then at least we can. I want to get some of those built up into grass tonight, and because we have Maize Plus, I don't know when we click on into the next day if we're going to lose too much of it to too much yield at least. So we might just make a start with that, get some of it done in grass at the very least now, and then we can push forward. 62,000 there. Or like I said, the other option is that we just go for a big square and we just rattle them out that way. 250 horsepower, that's not going to work. All right, so we'll have to probably look at just getting the this baler in here. We can do up to the largest bales as well, so perfect. We'll lease that, and we are good to go. So let's get this picked up there, and we might try a little bit of night baling just to get some of this grass taken care of. I think it's getting dark though, so we'll have to get cracking here. Well then, folks, it's 5:15 in the morning. I have been baling mostly through the night. That I decided not to show it to you all because you've seen a lot of nighttime lapses, and some of them they're just a bit repetitive really. But as you can see, we've got grass bales here. We're going to keep those as they are in these 2 fields. This field and this field are going to get wrapped into silage. We've still got 1 more to do, and we'll probably start that later on in the day when we're getting through. What I do want to do now though is make sure that our cattle are looking fed up. So we're going to jump into the Ford. We have a few different options for them here. We've got a few bales of hay in there still. We do need to lease a straw chopper or something. Effectively, I need to get something that I can feed and straw the cattle with. As you can see, they're looking pretty low on, well, everything. So let's start by getting them a bale of hay or 2. Of course, we have those bales in the side that we can use there too. Let's just have a quick look to see if anything's changed here that we might want or need. There's another tractor. Oh, speaking of which, that's getting a little bit more affordable. It's still not quite there, but interesting. We do have a little bit of money available to us right now as well. Of course, that amount should go up as we get some more contracts done. What's that looking like there? That's it. Okie dokie then. We'll just start with a bale of hay from here, I think, really, just so we can get the fed up a bit quicker. We'll go into the back here. And then, yeah, we can get back on with the bale. And we do need to get a wrapper as well. That's what we're probably looking to do next, actually, is just go and grab a wrapper so we can... Well, we just need to get the silage wrapped up this, or at least the bales that are going to be turned into silage, get those wrapped up nice and quickly. And then, yeah, we can make some progress. But need to make do a better conscious effort, really, of getting everything get everything going with the cattle there, really. They do need to be looked at. I also want to get some grass around the place here as well, so... we'll focus on a few of the livestock issues there over the course of the next day. I desperately need to get a bale or two over there, though. And set up. And then, yeah, after that, really, a huge help having the Big M just to knock some mowing down, because that's really put us ahead of the game in terms of our own first cut silage. Everything's happened a lot faster now, and obviously it's taken out a lot of processes in the making there as well. So, very, very pleased with that. We've only got one field left to build. Quite a few bales coming off there as well. Which is always interesting, always good to see. Oh, no, not going to go into that one this time around. We're going to go over here. Stick this one to here for these guys once I don't hit the wall. Like I said, right now we're looking at just under, or just slightly over 6 hours left of farming for today on this 24-hour challenge, and then we're all pretty much looking good. So we will likely just get the rapid sorted out there, and then we'll get a bit more baling done. That's probably going to be us. So it's really, time is really going to fly by. We'll get this last bale of hay in, a little bit of diesel into this tractor, then we'll go and pick up a wrapper, I think, and figure out what that looks like for us. I also wonder, really, I did see a T5 there, or T6 it was. I wonder if it's time that we think about maybe upgrading one of these tractors. It has been a while since we've done anything like that. Might not make the most sense at the moment. Perfect. They've got something to eat. Let's just go top up this up with a little bit of diesel. Alright. So that can keep ticking on through there. So yeah, like I say, these couple of fields here just going to go straight into cattle as they are, because unfortunately we can't really feed our silage bales into the without having a mixer wagon here at the moment, which is one thing I desperately do want to look into getting. So which would probably make sense, actually, that sooner rather than later we look into something like this. It is a lot cheaper than it should be, and it will allow us to tick off all of those boxes. I just don't know if we can actually fill that at the moment. That's the only issue I have there. It's a little bit too big, perhaps. Do I need a T6? Probably not. It's cheaper, but I mean, right now we'd obviously have to sell this one, and it's not really worth it at the moment. We'd only have a little bit of money left over there, so let's not look at doing that. What we could look into, though, we do need to acquire a bale wrapper. So we would be looking at one of these. That's obviously the cheapest version. Cheapest machine there, so we might look at actually buying that. Why not? At some point soon, we've got a little bit to sell as well, so we'll get the seed and load off this trailer. All of these bales here can go. This should all be salvaged by now, and we'll be in a position that we can just... It's only 58% fermented, so let's let that ferment a little bit more. But then, yeah, when they are ready to go, they'll be out here, because we're going to have a lot of silage here. So we'll put the new stuff into that pit there, I would imagine, and see where we get on. But what I think we can look to do now... like I say, this field's got an awful lot of bales, and we'll get to that one shortly. But yeah, what we might want to do now is just look again, these bales, get that trailer unloaded, get those bales cleared and stacked in the shed, and then we can clear everything off there, get those two fields done before we wrap up the next two fields, which would be a nice way to draw us all to a bit of a close. I don't really like feeding just grass bales, but it's how the mechanics are currently set up to work, so we'll go with it. I didn't really get much diesel in here as it goes, but it'll be enough. We'll stick the bags down this far corner. Try that again, we missed that one. There you go. Alright, so yeah, let's get this all unloaded. Let's get some bales loaded up there before we get on with the rest of them. Cleared, and we've got about 3.5 hours left there. Look at all those bales of hay that are still ours. That's awesome. We're gonna have to get those cleared up in one of the next episodes there for sure. I'm gonna go down and just rent a bale wrapper. I've become aware, well, just suddenly reminding myself that we are gonna have to think about a harvester in the coming weeks. So let's try and save any money we can for that process and see what we can get. If there's anything that becomes stupidly well valued and well priced in the sales market over the next couple of days, of course we can pounce on that one. But for right now, we'll very much stick with where we are. We'll just pick up a bale wrapper now just so we can... we'll get a start on wrapping those bales that we've baled already before we go out there and bale any more. Yeah, it's looking good, that's for sure. Healthy amount of bales there for the cattle. I've fed them up a bit more as well, so they should be looking good for the foreseeable. We're going to change the colour of the wrap on this one just so we can easily tell the difference. Alright, let's pick this up and get ourselves back over there. That'll do it there. Perfect stuff. So yeah, we'll get this done, and then today's episode is not far off being a wrap, really. Should be nice and easy just to kick on through. I haven't checked the contracts this morning to see if anything else is coming through. We'll do that before we wrap up to see if there's anything worthwhile for us there and see where we can take the next major steps. But I do think it'll likely will be bale and grass contracts for the now, and we'll have to be quite selective which ones we take of those. you know, how many jobs they require. So we will very much see. Yeah, there are a good few bales there. That's great news. The trailer, we'll keep those 6 on the trailer for now. We might just come and get those 2 at a time with the tractor unloaded, to be honest. It's probably only about 6 trips. Yeah, that can be for as soon as we got all this silage done and baled up and then wrapped up as well. The last field to do is the biggest field there. There's going to be a lot of bales on there for us. I know that much. We'll take a little bit of time to get through. And then we'll just stick the Massey into the field. So handy having everything baled, mowed and raked up in one pass. What an absolute beast. And then yeah, we can just leave this here for now. Like I say, we could get this baled now, but I just want to get the other fields finished really. So get this lot wrapped up there. That field's empty. There's one more field there, about a trailer and a half, I would say, worth around bales on. So we'll have to get that one cleared up. Nice just to kind of have everything wrapped up to an end, though. And with that, we will get ourselves wrapping.
Left big city for the simple country life. Found myself a woman that it took for me to be my wife. I was working on the ground, come sun up to sundown. Hey, I'm trying to make a reputation for a man inside this town. Hard as I try, maybe I just can't. I ain't no up and kind of leaving me. She kissed me one time and she took my heart. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me. I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I'm a honky-tonk star. Well, working 3 jobs, living out of a car. Mama never told me life would get this hard. Running around the world playing my guitar. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me. I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I know George Jones and Gary Sturt and all them young guns, yeah, they've been through. Tell you one thing that you won't believe. A woman ain't nothing but a thing to me. Burn right through them like a cigarette or a line of cocaine on a private jet. I give them good loving like they won't forget. Baby, good Lord knows what time it is. Hard as I try, maybe I just can't. I ain't no up and kind of leaving me. She kissed me one time and she took my...
Well, with that then, I think we've just got a handful of bales left. There's one that's the wrong size when I was adjusting the baler down, so we'll just have to live with that. Then it can go straight into the grass there, I reckon. Into the cattle sheds, but otherwise, yeah, we're... 2 left to go. Not a bad return. The winter crops are growing along nicely as well. Love to see that. And we're making some good progress, which is perfect. And then one more over there. So, like I said, I wanted to get some of these finished, get this lot wrapped up before we start the next lot of baling. And then, yeah, we've got that bit over there. We can cart those bales in and be done with those as well. But just a little bit easier way of going about it all, I would say. And then that's the last one, I do believe. No, one more after this one. That one there. Yeah, these will provide us with a little bit more income probably in September, October. We have the lot that's still fermented now that we'll get fairly quickly. And then we'll be able to, yeah, just get a little bit more stability in here. A few more opportunities to invest in some other equipment that we might need to help us to continue to grow a little bit. I feel like one of our next steps is honestly going to be some more land. I don't know where we'll find said land, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, let's just get that one off there. Get you folded up, and then we can just take this bale back with us. Excellent stuff. forgot we don't have a weight on the back. That's less than ideal. And then slowly but surely we'll just stick this one into the cattle shed there, and then we're off in the Massey really. Not much else that we can do. We've got 1 hour left to go. And then we're all wrapped up here really, pardon the pun. Okay then, so really, with that, there's not much else that we can do other than just start with a bit of baling here. Like I say, it is the last hour of the day. We'll have a quick look through contracts, see if there's anything that we can or should be really taking advantage of that. And there's only baling aside from this one, but there's only field 22, which is the one we looked at. Let's see if we can get any new contracts coming through here. This one, do you know what? We might actually just cancel this one for 2 reasons. 1, the crop's probably growing, but 2, we don't have a weeder. We're going to have to lease a weeder. By the time we do that, we're not going to make much off of that one, and to be honest, we're just not going to get around to it anytime soon. So let's cancel that one out, and then we shall collect. And let's see if we can get some new contracts coming through. Oh, baling and weeding again, the very same 2. Oh, I've accepted it. That was a mistake. Oh dear, Sim. Okay, well we'll have to figure that one out later at the time. But yeah, so we'll just jump back on into the Massey there, and we can get on with a bit more baling over here. This field's going to get quite a few round bales off it, I'm sure, so it should be very, very good. Make sure we're doing the middle-sized bales that we are. And perfect, we are away. So really, with saying that, there's not a lot else that we can do today. So we might just wrap this one up a few minutes early and get ourselves ready in a good position to start the next one, really. So that's exactly what I think we will do. I'll get one more headland done here or so, I think. But really, for now, we're going to leave it here. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed, as always. If you have and you've yet to do so, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more from me, Simulation for the Nation. Until next time, though, do stay safe. Enjoy what you're doing, as always, and we'll see you in the next one.